81% of accounting professionals says the monthly close disrupts their personal lives. That's from a survey of people who do this work, not executives talking about reporting timelines. The people actually running the close. The average close takes 6.4 calendar days. In the top quartile organizations, it finishes in 4.8 or less. The bottom quartile, 10 days or more. Same ERPs, same economy. So, in the next few minutes, you will measure exactly where your close stands and which part of it is the weakest. That measurement is the step most people skip. Most close leads run their close from some version of a checklist. A task list in Excel, a shared doc, maybe a project tracker. It tells you what needs to happen. That's useful, but it doesn't tell you which tasks are on the critical path, which ones have slack, who's blocked by whom, or how many hours go to work that never produces a number anyone reads. A checklist repeats. A system improves. A checklist will get you through this month, but a system will make the next month different from this one. The right column on screen, dependencies, ownership, waste analysis, root causes, tracked improvement. That's what we're going to build, all inside one Excel file. Read the 4 rows. The left column is where most close teams are. The right column is where this course will take you. So, here's the workbook. You are on Start. 5 tabs, left to right. Start is the orientation, where you are now. Diagnose is the self-assessment you fill in today. Benchmark is the published data from APQC, Ledge, Eagle Rock with sample sizes and quality ratings. Track is the engine. 127 tasks across 7 close phases with scheduling, waste analysis, root cause diagnostics, and a 10 KPI dashboard. And next, auto reads from your track data and shows where waste concentrates. We work left to right. Today is Diagnose. Section 1. 5 company profile fields. Revenue range. I've got 10 to 50 million. Number of legal entities, 6 to 20. Team size, 10 plus. Regulatory environment, moderate. Accounting complexity, moderate too. All drop-downs, constrained inputs, not free text. Pick the closest fit to your situation. And if you're not sure about regulatory or complexity, the drop-down options have enough description to guide you. These 5 drivers set your benchmark range. A 3-person team closing 1 entity in a low regulation industry has a different target than a 10-person team running 15 entities under SEC reporting. The formulas will adjust. For the close cycle time, I put 15 days. Your close is longer than expected for your complexity profile. The diagnostic below will help identify why. Expected range for this profile, 6 to 10 days. The top quartile, less than 6 days. Quick note, the 4.8 day number I mentioned in the intro is the global APQC benchmark. This number adjusts for the profile you entered. Either way, 15 days against a range of 6 to 10, that gap tells you something is wrong. But it doesn't tell you what. Section 2 does. How do we explain this? 5 dimensions. Each scores 1 to 5. Timeline control. Do you know on day 1 which tasks have 0 slack? Prevention. Are you catching problems before close starts or firefighting from the first morning? Quality gates. Do you have defined checks with thresholds or do you sign off when it looks right? Communication. Does your controller know where things stand without having to ask? And improvement. Does anything actually change month to month? The anchors in column F to G, there, tell you what 1 looks like and what 5 looks like, so that you don't have to guess. Here for my sample scores, I selected 3, 3, 2, 4, 1. And here's the radar chart. 5 spokes. The shape is lopsided. Communication is strong at 4, but improvement is almost flat at 1. That shape tells you something specific. The team knows where the close stands. They communicate well, but nothing changes month to month. It's awareness without action. And honestly, that's the most common pattern I've seen. Overall score 13 out of 25. The interpretation text explains what that means. And this line flags the weakest dimension by name, improvement. You should start here. And some context to this. What's possible with what we're going to learn in this course? We have 3 published case studies. First one is UC Davis. They went from 16 days to 4.5. WSDOT from 10 hours to 30 minutes. Tanger outlets, 9 days to 4.5. That's real results. The methodology behind them is what we will use in this course. Let's quickly jump to the track sheet. I'm not going to explain this yet. 127 tasks, 142 columns, all formulas, no VBA. This will be from lessons 2 through 9. For now, just see that it exists. Let's go back to the diagnose sheet. Here's a pattern I've seen repeat across every close team I work with. A close lead builds a solid checklist. Everyone follows it. The close finishes on time, more or less, but the same problems come back next month. The AP accrual is late again. The same journal entry needs the same correction. The same person stays late on day 3. The checklist didn't fail. It did exactly what checklists do. It listed the work. But it didn't tell you that one task sits on the critical path with 0 slack, while another has 2 full days of float. It didn't show you that a third of your hours go to tasks that never produce a number anyone reads. And it didn't track whether last month's "we should fix the AP accrual" thing led to anything. That's the gap this course fills. One Excel file that diagnoses where you stand, maps dependencies, quantifies waste, runs root cause analysis on your worst overruns. But the file is a container. What matters is the thinking. In lesson 7, you will run a root cause analysis on your worst overrun. Let's say that this is again this late AP accrual. A checklist response is send a reminder earlier. The methodology here asks why it was late and then asks why again. 3 levels deep. You find that the procurement changed the cutoff date 2 months ago and nobody updated the close calendar. The fix is not a reminder. It's a calendar update and a rule that cutoff changes trigger a notification. That thinking, asking why until you reach the structural goals, is fishbone and 5 whys. The Excel column here is just where you write it down. Every section of this workbook applies a specific methodology. Benchmarking, SIPOC, critical path method, downtime waste analysis, PDCA, the same tools behind the case study results on screen. The methodology gives you a way to think about your close that carries forward, whether you use this workbook or you build your own or you move to something else. Right now, you just filled in the diagnostic. In Lean Six Sigma, this step has a name. It's called data-driven diagnostic. You measure before you fix. Only 30% of companies even have a documented close checklist. You now have a scored assessment with benchmark. That's a completely different starting point. Here's your exercise. Open the workbook. Go to Diagnose. Replace the sample data with yours. Section 1, rows 9 through 14. Enter your company's revenue range, entities, team size, regulatory environment, and complexity. Use the drop-downs. Enter your actual close cycle time. Section 2, rows 28 through 32. Score each dimension 1 to 5. Use the anchors in column F and G. Score what your close looks like today, not what you want it to be. Your radar chart, benchmark comparison, and weakest dimension update automatically. Screenshot the radar chart. Keep it. You will compare it after 3 months. So great work. You have now measured where you stand and identified where your close is the weakest. In the next lesson, we open the track sheet and walk through the 7 phases of a month-end close. What happens, in what order, and why the sequence matters. That's the structure everything else builds on. So see you there.